So today we're going to be talking about the NFC West, and I'm going to say this right off the bat. I feel like a certain fan base and even people that aren't a fan of this team, you guys are going to clown on me because I have a pretty bold prediction for this team. But anyways, let's get to these teams. Coming in fourth place in this division, I have the Arizona Cardinals with a 2-14 record. I don't have the Cardinals doing much better this year. Talent-wise, yes, they do have players like Pat Pete, Chandler Jones, David Johnson, who I feel is like one of those forgotten stars currently in the NFL. Like just a few years ago, the guy was like the top running back in the NFL. Now, people don't even consider him top 7. But to be fair, David Johnson has been going through some injuries these past couple of seasons, and as well as misusage in the offenses he's played in. So it's not his fault, and it wouldn't surprise me if David Johnson just came out this year and completely balled out. That wouldn't be surprising, but even if that happened, I don't see this Cardinals team doing anything this year. Kyler Murray, honestly, I don't know how to feel about him. I'm going to have to see him play in the NFL first before, I have a good feel for him. Like, these other quarterbacks, like usually, like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson last year, like, I knew they were going to scrub it up. I had a feeling Baker Mayfield was going to be good. Sam Darnold and Rosen didn't really have a clue about them. And that's how I feel about Kyler Murray. I really don't know how he's going to do in the NFL, but I will say this. I do not believe Kyler Murray, in his first year, is going to do anything close to what Baker Mayfield was able to do, anything close to what Deshaun Watson was able to do back in 2017. I feel like Kyler Murray will have a season similar to, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Josh Rosen, not good at all. Similar to what Trubisky had his rookie year. Jared Goff, remember when everybody was calling him a bust? And then, he came back his second year and balled out. I feel like Kyler Murray's going to fall in that category. I don't see Kyler Murray coming in here and just completely dominating from day one. And I just see this being another disappointing season for the Cardinals. However, this year will be different because Kyler Murray, I feel like, will show flashes, and Cardinals fans will end the season with some hope for the future. Now, here's where I might get roasted, might get called names and stuff for my prediction on this team. Coming in third place in this division, I have the LA Rams with a 9-7 record. I know I'm going to get flamed for this one, but I think the Rams are going to take a huge step back this year. Last year, they shouldn't have been in the Super Bowl, let's be honest. The Saints got robbed, and them going to the Super Bowl, I think that wasn't a good thing for them. Why? Because Bill Belichick and the Patriots exposed Jared Goff and the Rams offense. I mean, we don't even know if Todd Gurley is going to be healthy. We don't really know what's going on with him. We know he has a knee issue, but they've been kind of vague with that, haven't really went in depth. So how serious is Todd Gurley's injury? How much can he play? I've heard he has arthritis on his knee. How bad is it? So who knows about that? They lost one of their stud offensive linemen, Roger Saffold. He signed with the Tennessee Titans this offseason. They also lost Sue and LaMarcus Joyner in the secondary. They replaced him with Eric Weddle, who I think is completely washed up. So they took a step back there. Obviously, Aqib Talib, a little bit older. I expect him to regress. Marcus Peters, I feel like he's one of the most overrated players in the NFL. And don't get me wrong, Aaron Donald, best player in the NFL, hands down. They still got a great receiving core. And who knows, Todd Gurley could come back and, be his dominant self. But there's some question marks for this Rams team. They're not the same Rams team that was completely dominating last season. And there's a whole Wade Phillips thing, too. If you guys don't know, there's like a whole, stigma about Wade Phillips defenses. Year 1, they ball out. They're amazing. Year 2, it's still good, but not as good as year 1. And year 3, well, it takes a complete nosedive. This is year 3 that Wade Phillips has been with the Rams, so who knows, man. The Wade Phillips defense might take a nosedive, and, that Rams defense, even though it wasn't that good last year, they still had Aaron Donald dominating up in the front. They still had Ndamukong Suh. So, they lost Suh, and that secondary should take a step back this year. I feel like Belichick really exposed that Sean McVay offense, and I feel like the Rams are going to fall short this year. They're going to go 9-7, just miss out of the playoffs, and I feel like it's going to be a disappointing season. And, they could prove me wrong. This is just me, following the whole Wade Phillips thing, considering Wade Phillips used to coach for Houston. People used to tell me, Wade Phillips, it's his third year, man, it's his third year. His defense is only good for 3 years. Well, I didn't believe it, but, what ended up happening. First year, it was dominating. Second year, it was okay, not as good as the first year. Third year, it was terrible. He actually ended up getting fired after the third year, along with Gary Kubiak. So, yeah. I'd be careful if I was a Rams fan. Who knows how things might turn out. Not the same team as last year. They lost some star power, so who knows. Now, coming in second place in this division, I have the San Francisco 49ers coming in with a 10-6 record, good enough for the 5th seed in the NFC. Look, man, Jimmy Garoppolo, I think he is an above-average quarterback. He just needs to stay healthy. I think Kyle Shanahan is a hell of a coach. Defensively, I feel like they got some talent. Buckner. They got D Ford from a trade. They drafted Nick Bosa, so that defensive front should be scary. Can't forget about Kawan Alexander, who they signed from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Offensively, George Kittle, a top 3 tight end in the NFL. They got some decent receiving weapons on the outside. They have a bunch of running backs. Matt Breida. They have, Tevin Coleman, Jerick McKinnon, who they signed the other offseason, like 2 off seasons ago. So they got some talent, Richard Sherman. Their old line is decent. I think the 49ers can legitimately make a playoff push. Come playoff time, I don't think they'll really be much of a threat, but I think they can actually get to the playoffs. I think they can compete in this division and have a winning season. As long as Jimmy G can stay healthy. I don't believe in CJ Beathard. Don't believe in Nick Mullins. I don't think they can carry the team. But Jimmy G, I think he can be at least above average. I'm not buying into the whole second coming of Brady hype he was getting back in 2017. But like I said, I think he can be average. Now, coming in first place in this division, I have the Seattle Seahawks coming in with an 11-5 record, good for the 4th seed in the NFC. And even though the Seahawks, on paper, they might not have the best team in this division, I'm pretty sure that's still the Rams. I still think the Seahawks play really good team football, and they understand their roles. They understand what they have to do, and they find ways to win, mostly due to Russell Wilson being heroic. And I think it's time people in the NFL start, showing some more respect to Russell Wilson, because I do think Russell Wilson is a little bit underappreciated. I think he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL, and it shows. I mean, his roster isn't all that impressive around him. It's definitely not, Legion of Boom back in 2013, 2012 days. It's nowhere near that good. But, they still got talent like Bobby Wagner. They still got running backs, Rashad Penny, the rookie running back. They got Chris Carson as well. So they got some talent, not great talent. But like I said, they play well together. They understand their roles. They're well coached. And I think they'll go 11-5. I don't think this team is like a Super Bowl contender. I don't think they have the talent to be a Super Bowl contender. But I do think they're a playoff team. And I think they're the best team in this division. But other than that, I don't see any real contender coming out of this division. At least not this season. Maybe in a couple years or next year, as the Seahawks and Niners add more talent, then maybe they could become contenders. Maybe the Rams can add some more pieces and become contenders again. And who knows? Maybe the Rams prove me wrong. Maybe Sean McVay figures it out. Or who knows? Maybe the Super Bowl was just a fluke game for Sean McVay and that Rams offense. Because the way I saw that game, I think that was a preview for what was to come in the future for that offense. And who knows though. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys for today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.